Hello and welcome to, I guess, a new era, a new phase of life. So if you have been here for the past 4 months, you will have seen that I moved into my family's summer house, into a Swedish summer house. I've been living in nature, immersed in a forest for the past 4 months. And now I'm back in Stockholm, which is originally where I live in Sweden. The kind of past months were unplanned, an unplanned needed time. But now I'm back closer to the city, and I thought I would do a video on why I fell absolutely in love with Sweden in the first place, because I think people think it's random why you would choose to live in Sweden, but it's actually not. And so many people are moving here, not just for the city and for the opportunity that's in the city, but actually moving to the north of Sweden and actually moving into the countryside. And I think we are only going to see a rise in people doing this, people being so sick of the way that society is, the way that the system is built, and slowly escaping that by going into nature, by going into the countryside, and by being self-sufficient. And that is definitely the journey that I am on. But I'm 25 and I don't have, I guess, the means to live that way right now. I'm very lucky that my parents have a summer house, so that's where I was living for the entire summer, but it's not fit for winter, sadly. But that is my life dream. So why did I fall in love? How did I fall in love? I'm going to now share with you some footage from a hike that I went on just last weekend. I am out in nature. This place is just a 20-minute bus ride from where I'm living right now. This is why I'm obsessed with Sweden. Look at this place. So this is in September. Just so beautiful. All of these trees. Oh my god. And the sun. And I know that I've mentioned it before, but I'm learning about trees. So right now I'm listening to my book about trees. And it's so fascinating to learn about how they live and how they communicate with each other, and then also just to walk around and observe them. Oh my god. So this is how I'm spending my Saturday morning, guys. This is the perfect spot to do some grounding, which is actually taking shoes and socks off and feeling the earth. Am I recording? Feeling the earth beneath your feet. It's too beautiful, guys. I was just about to say that there's no one here, and now I can actually see people. People are running along the paths, but when you go into the forest, it's like no one's here. It's so cool that you can feel so far from civilization, but you are actually so close. And I think that's something that I will not take for granted, because it feels like you have to go to a different country, you have to go into the mountains to get nature like this, when in reality you just don't. It could be right on your doorstep. Alright, we are continuing on. I feel like I'm not getting very far around this trail, because I keep looking into the forest and I'm like, I have to go there, I have to see what's there. And I'm so glad I did, because this was just beautiful. But now I'm gonna head back to the path and continue walking. So need I say more? That is literally the reason why I fell in love with Sweden. It is because of the connection to nature, and I have been learning so much more about forests, trees, nature connection, nature therapy, all because of Sweden, and all because of the amount of nature that we have so easily accessible here. And I've been researching the link between mental health and nature, time spent outside, and how that links to mental health, and how that links to overall life expectancy and life health, lifespan. All of these crazy stats that just prove to us how powerful nature is, because ultimately we are also a part of nature. It's not even disconnected from us, we are actually connected, but with the society that we live in today, yeah, it does feel disconnected actually. It feels like, what do you mean to say that I am a tree? You are connected to the trees. But sadly, when trees are, planted in cities around concrete, they aren't actually able to communicate with each other and have those roots connected with each other, and that's actually really, really sad. So yeah, living here, living around nature has just elevated my connection to nature so much more. And that is why I fell in love, because every single location that I have lived in Stockholm, I have lived in 5 different locations in the past 3 years. Every single location has been walking distance to a lake and has been walking distance to a forest. Every single place. And it's also then a few tube stations away from Stockholm city centre. So that's something that I just will never take for granted, and I think that's holding me to Sweden. I think that's keeping me here. But I am also intrigued to explore countries like Norway. I think Norway has beautiful nature to explore. But if you are considering Sweden, or if you're wondering why people move here, then I think the nature has a huge impact. I want to share in this video some clips from the past 2 weeks of my life, pretty much kind of saying goodbye to the summer house and welcoming this new era of life. So I'm going to share just snippets from my life now. I really hope you enjoy. You'll get to see a little bit more about Sweden. And just to let you know what's coming up on the channel as well, is I have a few videos that I recorded at the summer house. I think around 2 or 3 videos, so those will be coming, and then going from there it will just be more videos, but probably recorded here about life, about Sweden, and a lot about non-toxic living, nature, and just taking the lessons that I learned from nature and how I'm implementing them into a more city urban life, because that has been my biggest lesson throughout the past 4 months, has been, oh my, I loved the way I felt, I loved the person I was, I loved the life I was living when I was immersed in nature. So how can I bring as many elements from that life into this new city life that is so fast-paced, that is so high pressure, high stress, and it's so social, it's so full of distractions, it's so easy to just get into a routine and be on autopilot. which is exactly what I don't want to do. So yeah, there's going to be lots of learnings coming, lots of lessons, and yeah, hopefully lots of videos as well. I'm very excited to be back. Also, the past months have just been a lot of emotions, a lot of learning, and yeah, lots of reflection and just lots of shit happening. But I always come back to creation, and I always come back to the forest, and that's what life constantly teaches me. The thing that I love the most, I'm always brought back to, and it's this, and it's nature. So I'm really happy to be back and be creating. I'd love to chat to you in the community section where I share like posts and nice quotes that I see, and photos that I take. So hopefully I'll see you there. But enjoy the rest of the video. Enjoy seeing some of my life. Yeah, I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Good morning. We're about to make some coffee. It's actually, I've already been up and like done a workout, been for a walk, and then sat at my desk for ages, but now it's coffee time, and it's also time to say goodbye to what has been my life for the past 3 months. Coffee is brewing. Yay! As much as I am so excited about this next chapter, I always struggle with missing the past, and it's going to be so weird after the most incredible few months and now entering a totally different time. So I'm really trying to stay in that present and future feeling energy rather than the past and the missing. I wonder if you can guess what is happening here. This is so funny in the process. So since leaving the forest and the nature, I've had the urge to be as creative as possible, meaning like painting and making things, going for walks, going for hikes, and something that I'm doing right now is preparing for one of my really close bestest friends' baby shower. So I thought, why not use this opportunity to be creative and make something? So let me show you this. It's not finished yet. It's a cake made from nappies. Oh my god, this is gonna be so good. So that's what I'm spending my time doing, like in between work, which is so fun. Because life's too short to not be creative and make some stuff with your hands. And I talked about this like the whole time I was in the forest, of the feeling, how good it feels to make something with your hands, even if it looks like this.